My favorite phrase is "even so." Simple, dense, accepting. It says that you accept the situation, that you understand, yet there is a decision. I find it so emotionally satisfying. Not a decision on impulse or rejection, but an acceptance. An acceptance that the situation is bad, unfair, irredeemable, anything. Yet, even so. My favorite moment of Fate Stay Night's visual novel is a moment of even so. There are other great moments, yes. There are battles, realizations, horror, and tragedy. But this moment is crushing and quiet, and even so, it is the grandest scene in the entire story. To get there, let's talk about Shirou Emiya. Shirou Emiya is a phenomenal character. If you've only seen the anime, you probably disagree. In the anime, he is stupid, short-sighted, and overly idealistic. Whereas in the visual novel, he is still all of these things. But you understand he is this way by consequence. Shirou Emiya is a deeply broken individual, making stupid, short-sighted decisions because his priority is others, to an unhealthy degree. He sees his life as so disposable that throwing it away for a meager benefit for someone else is obvious, logical. He still dreams about the fire. It burned everyone. While others burned, he ran. While others were abandoned, he was saved. He must be a hero. He must live this way. What was it all for if he does not devote his life to making up for it? He is overly idealistic. He wants to save everyone. That's illogical, unreasonable, impossible. A child could work that out. And so has he. He knows it's impossible. He will strive after it anyway. It is the only way he can rationalize his own life. When he thinks of the bodies burning, he can say he's doing everything he can, chasing after the only goal that would make his life worth it. In the first route, we see the depths of his need, his psyche, his ideals. He must be a hero, and we see it through a reflection. The Fate route is a story of two people seeing themselves as disposable, finally learning to accept that they too have value. He denies the Grail. He denies the chance to undo the fire, his guilt. He accepts that he has value. Saber denies the Grail. She denies rolling the dice on a better future for her nation. She accepts her reign will have to be enough. There is a change, an acceptance that they have value. The way they mirror and enhance each other's journey is beautiful and tragic. It is a story about ideals succeeding. Heroes made real in both successes and failings. The first route is showing you heroes accepting their failures and continuing onward afterward. Stories end and lives continue. In the second route, we see the friction of a life continued. You thought that ideals were enough? You thought they were worthwhile? What do you do when your ideals betray you? We see it. You suffer until your jaded mind becomes a cynical hellscape. You look to end the one person you hate the most, which can only be yourself. The second route has us looking at the future, looking at where this route will take Shirou. And it's, really dark. You could say Fate Stay Night is saying it's not worth it, that becoming a hero is to forfeit oneself, one's own well-being and happiness. And yet, in the midst of this, it rejects this message. Just like how Shirou understood that his dream was naive and unreasonable, he also rejects any notion that it is not worth it. He isn't rejecting that he won't turn out like Archer. He's rejecting the notion that it matters. Maybe this will all end horribly. It does not matter. Following his dream is not wrong. Shirou knows how he wants to live. You could say, how he must live. There are many choices you are presented with in Fate Stay Night. Here, in the dark nighttime of a playground, you understand. This will kill part of Shirou Emiya. You will be a different person after this. Maybe for the worse. Even so. Both choices will see you through to the end of the Holy Grail War. Fate is not a series interested in a canon ending. So choose. Which part will you kill? You know Shirou Emiya, you have lived with him, made decisions with him, and likely saw his gruesome death just to bring him back and continue on. He must be a hero. How else can he justify his own existence? He must save everyone. And now, he can't. An outcome so disgustingly obvious and so incredibly intimate. Will you kill the person you love most to save many? Due to no fault of her own, Sakura will kill people, innocent people. It is not fair, but it is true. You cannot turn away any longer. You have to choose. Do you crush Shirou's humanity and kill her? Or do you kill the ideal that has allowed Shirou to live with himself? After 2 routes full of impossible turnarounds, the most jaw-dropping event is seeing Shirou change. How fitting it is that Ilya is the one that tips the scales. Shirou is stuck with his mind on a loop he cannot change. And then she takes his side. Not to tell him what to do, not because it is logical, but out of a human bias. Unfairly supporting him no matter where his choice may lead him. The girl who joined the war to kill him. She changed. 2 children fundamentally warped by Kiritsuku's choices, and they can both change. Both paths are played out with sincerity. If you crush your humanity, just like your father, you will not be stopped. You will win the Holy Grail War and destroy everyone who gets in the way, as a hero of justice should. If you dare to change, you will spend the rest of your life making up for it. You must atone for all the wrongs you allowed to happen. Yet, you cannot lose yourself in despair. That is just another way to run from it. You must figure it out, continue to do something to be able to live with yourself. But you won't do it alone. This moment is only possible, only what it is, due to context, due to seeing and knowing Shirou in such a specific way, due to already making an agreement with the game that you trust it, that you will stick with it. When you encounter this choice, you understand. You understand how insane it is for Shirou to ever change, and you understand why he must, how he can. You understand that the story will take this decision seriously, and that he will have to deal with the consequences of this decision, that any deaths going forward are on his shoulders. We know how seriously he treats that. Writing this script, I have put so much time into how to explain this scene, how to set it up and deliver on its emotional climax, but with summaries and shorthand. Swapping between third and second person. Blooming second person. So it's not just Shirou that went through this, but it's you. It's me. I went through this story, and I want so badly to share it. Alas, this scene is so good because there's about 70 hours of context behind it. I cannot give you this feeling here. The reason I love this scene so much is because I cannot fully convey it. I cannot deliver this experience to you, not just because of the amount of content that precedes it, but because that content changes you. A line no longer just contains its words, it contains stories and potential all on its own, even if the characters themselves don't realize it. Archer says his objective has changed, and I must stop myself from taking this tangent. Kirei asks Shirou why he became a master, and I must stop myself from diving into their dynamic. Ilya says she is not here to kill him, and I want to explain how her change goes back to the earliest choices in the game. During the routes and decisions, yes, you learn more, but you also slowly engage with the story differently. Yes, the routes are different, but you, dear reader, are just as different. It's almost intimate how it plays with the reader's experience, how the same event, the same line can hold a mountain of weight, can feel entirely different. There's a dissonance between the characters and the reader. Meanings can be lost on our characters while being impossible to ignore as the reader. This is what makes Fate great, the context. This scene is so effective because you understand so thoroughly. You understand in a way even Shirou doesn't. Even so is my favorite phrase because it is a decision born out of acceptance and understanding. Archer said Shirou Emiya would have to die, and how right he was. Shirou Emiya must be a hero of justice. Shirou Emiya must save those in front of him. Even so. There is no future where Shirou gets out unscathed here. It is so monumental a change that I've seen people say it is too much. That Shirou would not give up on being a hero of justice for Sakura. 2. Pick a fight with some comments from 2009. Let me explain how wrong they are. While yes, I agree the most unbelievable thing is that Shirou would change, it is also where this was going to lead. This was set up all the way back in the Fate route, where Shirou changed. He took one step away from being a hero, just a step, but a change all the same. His love for Saber allowed him to value himself enough to make this choice, to change his dream. And now, so many hours later, so many resets and routes, and after so much context gained, Shirou is once again able to change for the person he loves most. He's willing to let part of himself die. Is it surprising he's willing to die for someone else? At the end of the first route, you must return to the beginning to continue. Very few stories ask you to begin again to progress. There's a reason it is so rare. Because it's freaking unreasonable. Most people don't finish games the first time, let alone play through them again. For this type of context to work, you need to be past at least one playthrough. Which is where we reach attention. What Fate Stay Night is doing is so effective and so unreasonable. Many potential readers have been pushed off by hearing before they have even started that they need to replay the game multiple times. It's no wonder people watch the anime and say, nah, I'm good. Heck, that was me. It is such a unique experience and it needs to sell itself at the hardest moment. Right as you get the first ending, as the credits roll, it's natural to step away. You got your great, satisfying ending. Now, do you undo it? Do you go back to the start, unsure how much of the next route will be different, unsure if it will be worth it? The first route not only needs to deliver on its own story, but it needs to gain your trust. Trust that it will be worth it, to chew through the exposition once again. Fate simply needs to be one of the best stories you've read to really gain that trust. And thankfully, it succeeds. The anime is great, but the visual novel is Fate at its best. Fate Stay Night has us participate in the inspection of the hero. It states that a great hero is nothing but a cleaner. To wish to be one, to wish for your big moment where you save the day, is to wish for many lives to be dead and destroyed. The big entrance is after many are lost. Enjoy the cleanup. It has us see heroes brought into today's world, no longer removed by time and myth. They are inexplicably people. We see them loved and hated, memories of successes and failures, love and loss. The image of hero is both degraded and admired. It is so very critical, yet so very sincere. Shirou chases after it with such desperation. He may be depicted as foolish for trying so hard, but his love for being a hero is never depicted as wrong, never seen as bad, maybe naive, yet that desire to help people is heroic. He lives it out every day, even as simple as fixing a heater at school. He does not look for rewards or fame, he sacrifices what he has. He doesn't need violence to occur to act, but he is willing when it does. He is simply always there to make the world a little better. And tragically, he will not stop. He will be a hero. And it comes at a heroic sacrifice. Fate Stay Night is a story about heroes and the ideals that make them what they are. What is a hero? Someone who sacrifices for others. Maybe even someone who sacrifices for just one person. After seeing different perspectives, the idea of a hero set apart degrades. They're just people, willing to carry their burdens. It is not saying that you should turn away from being a hero of justice. No. It almost screams at you to think about the notion of hero differently. It is not good or bad to be one. It's both. It's tragic. Fate Stay Night sets you up to think about heroes. It has you participate in their choices, their failures, their story. With multiple routes, paths, and dead ends, Fate Stay Night answers more questions than most stories can even attempt. So many what-ifs directly answered. The reader will inevitably understand these characters in such a full way, not just seeing what they have done, but knowing what they could have done, seeing them in both success and defeat, understanding the even so. Fate Stay Night shows you different decisions, different routes, and leaves them out for you to see them, experience them, judge them. It doesn't push that one is the right choice over the others. It, in no uncertain terms, simply shows you another path. This scene is grand because it takes the best parts of Fate to deliver an experience. It is decision making, it is context, it is ideals and heroes. It presses a hard situation onto you, making it more stressful as you have to choose. You understand, and even so, you choose.